Woojin getting ready and tucked in here. Jacket off and all mentally prepared. He jogs in slowly. This is one of the most flexible players in the game, one of the most understated, strong, world-class players.
China, Wang Chuqin.
From silhouette to in the flesh, Lionheart has entered the arena. This is his jungle. He's the top seed left in this event. The last Chinese man standing, one of 4 players in the semifinals, and the only Chinese flag is left in the hands of that man, Hope. Wang Chuqin and Zhang Woojin will battle a best-of-7 encounter here. First player to win 4 games to 11 must win by 2 will win the match in their WTT head-to-head. Wang Chuqin is 1-0 over the world rank number 28 currently, which seems like a low world ranking, but again, it's tough to get these world ranking points. They are volatile. That's part of the reason Wang Chuqin is world number 2. Lin Shadong had an incredible second half to last year to take over that world number 1 spot. We'll see. Recent times a little bit more turbulent. Melan, our umpire for this match, will be taking care of the coin toss. Victory, a new headband back on the final day of action. We saw him yesterday without his hope on. Simply the yellow headband with no words. Wang Hao in the corner for Wang Chuqin. Wang Hao's been alongside many a champion. Personal coach for Fan Zhendong. Hope all is well in Germany and around the world. And as the handshakes come out, the stadium is filled here for the final day of action. It is coin toss time.
Blue and white. White for JANG and blue for WANG. White, receive, use surface.
So the table has been set. They will have 2 minutes to warm up. I'm Adam Bobrow and thrilled to be here to call this one. Should be exciting. We've got the left-handed Chinese superstar, a man who had hundreds of thousands of fans flood the streets of China on his birthday to enjoy the drone shows that they created, to celebrate. But on the other side of the table, Zhang Woojin, 30 years old. How time flies. 28 in the world, 2 WTT titles to his name, a 60% win rate in WTT. And to get here, he got through a very strong Anton Shellbad of Sweden. That was a round of 32, 3-1. Xue Fei, who you saw earlier, a bagel, the man who took out Tomokazu Harimoto. And then he defeated Benedict Duda, coming back in game number 5 to save, 3 game points to send it to a 6th, where he would win. Remember, Benedict Duda, one of the top seeds here, a player who beat Hugo Calderano 4-0 at the Europe Smash. Here's a look at the match points. Zhang Woojin in game 6. And the reverse pendulum serve to the mid-long forehand, a half-long serve with some unconventional spin. And he takes down a player who's been in wonderful form. So, a tough warm-up is a good warm-up. If it's too gentle, you might not be warm enough. 25 years old on the other side. 12 titles to his name, 6 times that of his opponent. Turned pro at 14. You saw his win rate there. Started off with a tough draw in Japan's national champion, Sora Matsushima, but a 3-1 victory. Got through Jonathan Groth of Denmark 3-1. And then Lin Yunru. So he's only played left-handed players before this, dropping 2 games total, not one, to Lin Yunru, the silent assassin, who had beaten him in their last encounter. The fan vote here, 85% behind Wang Chuqin, the remaining 15% behind Zhang Woojin. Cast your votes at worldtabletennis.com or on the WTT app. Voice crack, little chop block here to finish up that warm-up. Stern looks there and a positive head nod from Wang Hao, who awaits. Best of 7. A marathon, not a sprint. Again, arguably the most agile player I've seen in the game, Zhang Woojin. And one of the fastest, most aggressive, determined players there is. Wang Chuqin. We'll start it off with the serves. Love all.
Love 1.
Soft hands in the touch game, and it's Jang Woojin with the opening backhand for the point. As the Chinese team watches on. Sure you'll have a chance to see them throughout the match. Little fortune here for Jang Woojin. Again, soft hands, very loose grip there as he gently touches that ball right off the bounce. So far, 0% serve success, but small sample pool, very early.
Let 2 love.
First point on the scoreboard, serve success on both sides, 0% at the moment. Jang Woojin cleans the racket on both sides, so the rubbers have full traction.
1
First point by server, Jang Woojin looking for an early lead. You saw their WTT head-to-head history. 1-0 for Wang Chuqin. I'll get you a zoomed-in, more detailed look at that in a moment. Perfect placement, slow spinny into the middle, and the ball doesn't come up below the waist. Wang Chuqin left with the ball. Very shallow, that bounce. You can see how much closer to the net it was than the baseline. Just something clever to change up the timing.
5-1.
And at the first towel break, a solid start. Wang Chuqin seemed undefeatable for quite some time, had a dominant record against the greatest of all time, Ma Long. Second half of 2024, a handful of players found ways to get through. Two of whom are from Sweden, Anton Kjellberg. The first player Jang Woojin beat in his appearance here, this Champions event. Oh, down the line, quick escape here. Wang Chuqin, a very forward motion. He's solid inside the table. Moves quickly, shuffles the feet, gets the elbow up, and snaps the wrist for that backhand receive. Taking a bit more initiative here. Wang Chuqin able to find some answers earlier, closer to the table. Pendulum serve gets a push on the receive, so the third ball is just a question of executing inside the table. And a quick counter with the backhand. The confidence is back, and so is the scoreboard. Wang Chuqin with 4 in a row out of the towel break. That's what a half-long serve is all about. Cause a little bit of hesitation. You can see the double pump there for a moment. Jang Woojin looking to see what he could do from that baseline. Solid serve. The server's coming in now. Serve success has changed quite a bit since the first 3 points of this match. Oh, beautiful shot on the opening from Wang Chuqin, and Jang Woojin skates over that forehand, slides, glides, and sends it right back. Popped up, touch shot. Short stroke. Just a quick snap there at the elbow from Jang Woojin to get that forehand rotation that he needs. Full commitment on the step around. He turns the corner. Left-handed players love to do this, as does Jang Woojin. This is something they have in common. Inside the table, they'll both use the backhand where they can in the short game because of the amount of wrist you can get to generate spin to make sure your shot's going to come down. Shallow again. The shallow, slow spin has been very effective here. Jang Woojin, if you were to guess the odds, you saw the fan vote. Just thinking, game number 1, that much more important for Jang Woojin. Ooh, break off the net, but it took a lot of core strength here to get the upper body out of the way. The placement was good. Jang Woojin sending it right back to the backhand corner. Watch this. that one. And a seatbelt shot as Wang Chuqin comes across the chest, acknowledges his fortune off the net. Oh, man, was this one sly. Just inside the baseline, steals the opportunity. That's not an easy ball. Could have come down for a second bounce. Took his chances there. That could have torn his rubber or worse. Full commitment on the forehand, and he's in front. From down 6-8 to up 9-8. Wang Chuqin. The touch game 2 times. Second one, third. And now he gets the long push. And he can extend that stroke, the elbow far from the body for that extra racket speed. Four straight points as Wang Chuqin has 2 game points here at the third towel break. As we've whittled it down to only 4 players, much of the table tennis world is very well aware of who is on the other side of the draw. Anders Lind and Ugo Calderano, the only 2 men left standing outside of this match. But it's Jang Woojin now with the serve. And he tries to keep it shallow, succeeds twice, but Wang Chuqin turning up the pressure just enough. 11-8, he takes the last 5 points available in game number 1 to lay down the law and start off 1-0 in this best of 7. They will adapt, they will evolve in this ever-growing, challenging puzzle that is this table tennis semifinal for the men's singles event. China's Wang Chuqin, the world number 2, leads 1-0, and the fight continues with Korea's Jang Woojin. No, I told you I'd zoom in a little bit on the head-to-head for you. In their last...
Second game, Jang to serve, love 4.
So they've only had 1 WTT encounter. Wang Chuqin won it. They've had 9 overall, 2 of which Jang Woojin has won.
Length, love all.
So 7-2. Wang Chuqin the favorite by many standards and metrics here.
1 love.
That said, 1 out of the last 3 Jang Woojin won. The World Table Tennis Championships, Busan, the finals.
1-all.
That's what they called it. It was a semifinal, though. In the men's team event, Jang Woojin won 3-1. But the last time Jang Woojin won a best of 7 was 2018. Good backhand as he sneaks around again inside the table. The backhand is often the preferred shot. The ball comes up high enough to the forehand side. They'll get up on their tippy toes up in the air if they need to try and flat hit from behind. Impart as much topspin as they need, as little as they have to. For example, short to the forehand, and he swats this one. Team looking on, including the world number 1, Lin Shidong there, Wang Yojung, Xue Fei, Yo Guangkai, many others. The women are playing. The women's team watches on as well. The team spirit is unrivaled in terms of the Chinese national team. Nice open wrist as he goes to the wide forehand. Wang Chuqin keeping it unpredictable. The earlier he takes it, the wider the angle can be, the closer to the net the ball is. Soft hands, full stroke. Man, the hip flexors, it just takes so much agility and mobility to be able to guard, not telegraph where you're going to go. The last two times they played, Wang Chuqin won 3-1 and 4-1. So, tying it up at 1 game apiece would do wonders for Jang Woojin. Ooh, surprise, surprise. This is very good deception. Looked like he was coming into attack, so Wang Chuqin took a step back to prepare. And as soon as he does, Jang Woojin turns the racket back to incline, to under the ball, to push. So good inside the table. Cleaning up like a custodian inside the table with that forehand. One sweep. Full stroke. The balance, the free hand comes up first. Ah, page out of the same book. The autobiography. That's right, Wang Chuqin writes his own story. So remember, Jang Woojin was up 8-6 last game, and it wasn't enough. Hangs in there for the big shots. 2-point lead at the second towel break. I don't know if you were thinking the same thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of you were. The blowing on the ball, how relaxed and cool Wang Chuqin is. You'll see the same on both sides. Players as focused as can be, not wasting energy. Channeling it for the right moments and very forward here. Wang Chuqin finds the opportunity for the parallel pressure. Open spin, soft block, and before it even comes to its peak, maybe just about that, Wang Chuqin's already swatting it back. Ooh, the sound of this from that reverse pendulum, it felt like it would have been going long to the forehand, which is where Wang Chuqin started to go, but it's the backhand side of the table. Clever, clever. Pressure inside, just hopping around, keeping that blood flowing. This was the stopping point for Jang Woojin. Any point he can get at this point will be an improvement on last game. Obviously, the next point, the best point to win. Next, as in ASAP, the first point you can. Leveled out here, Wang Chuqin from down 2 at the towel break. Comes right back in. Deep to the middle, and he drives it down the middle into the body. It's Jang Woojin turning sideways here. The placement, the awareness, not just to receive that ball, but to play it back in the perfect spot. It was like he aced 2 tests in real time. How did he do that? He wasn't even on balance. The ball came right back to an off-balance Wang Chuqin, who just produced a winner. Leaning Lionheart, check this one out. A little fortune off the net. Heavy spin. Short seatbelt shot from the backhand corner, and that's the finisher. 2 game points with the top seed left in the men's singles event. Slow spin and another seatbelt. The umpire dodges it, and Wang Chuqin takes it home. A 2-0 lead as the world number 2 cleans the racket, cleans the scoreboard. And everybody watches on Chunyuan Yu Shangpeng, a few that weren't mentioned before. Soft spin. Another heavy spin shot. Jeez. Not textbook, but that wasn't what was called for. If textbook was called for, he'd do it. Awkward shot, and it's enough. Covers the elbow perfectly. Jang Woojin gave him a good test, but he is getting straight A's right now. 11-8, straight 8s for his opponent. He's 2-0 up. He's halfway to the final. Game 3 to follow.
First game, 1 to serve, love 4.
Back for game number 3, Wang Chuqin calmly keeping that hand cool, in control with the serves. Forehand flick again. Recognizes so quickly. Again, if you ever need a designated driver, get a competitive table tennis player. The reaction time, spatial awareness, so good.
1-0.
Of course, you're looking at one of the 2 best in the world right now. We saw him give a nice slap to his hip the other day after being up 7-0, missing a point.
Next, 1-0.
But a lighter tap to the head this time around.
1-2.
Now, when you're in Jang Woojin's position, when you are in his position, it's rare to have a good opportunity. You could argue that this is a decent one.
2-0.
Subtlety on the serve. A lot you can do with that pendulum serve. One of the first serves anybody learns when they get a coach, when they get into the game. And even the greatest of all time use that serve more than any other.
3-2.
This just makes you think, again, what do you do if you're in Jang Woojin's situation? Anders Lind took crazy risks and made an insanely high percentage of his shots. That's how he beat world number 1. When he beat this former world number 1, Wang Chuqin, who might be on his way back to that position if things continue, he did it with rhythm break. Jang Woojin won his fair share of points with shallow topspin shots in this match. But a long serve to the backhand attempted. His pendulum serve is very deceptive, Jang Woojin. If he's able to move it around, vary the lengths and the placement a little bit, wouldn't be surprised if he got some points and good third balls.
5-3.
But a good bottle challenge, well disguised here, and he hits it behind the momentum of Wang Chuqin, getting a slightly popped up receive. Bottle challenge right back.
3.
Sends Jang Woojin to the backhand corner as the parallel awaits on the other side. Tough to tell where he's going to go. 12 of the last 16 points for Wang Chuqin. Ooh, chop block.
4-6.
Don't see that too often here. A player who's got a whole lot of speed in his drives. Bit of a last resort for most players. Adriana Diaz, Truls Morgaard, not the same.
4-7.
Clever idea to leave it short to the forehand. Takes a lot of work to get 1 point. Every time the ball comes back to Jang Woojin, I'm thinking to myself, what do you do now? Okay, you're in the blocking game, punch a little bit more, keep it deep. Man, the replays, block is definitely an understatement. It's a very active block, if anything. The racket's high. He's adding pressure with short stroke backhands over and over. That good punch on the line. Man, It's a lot of work for 1 point.
8-5.
But a long push with Wang Chuqin behind the table and ready is going to be a tough way to do it. Almost every way is a tough way. Wang Chuqin comes to the table incredibly well prepared. Yoon-jae-young, the coach for Jang Woojin, with a lot to do.
5-9.
He's 2 points away from a 3-0 lead, Wang Chuqin. Placement on the serve, the finger breaker right near that baseline. As fast as can be.
9-7.
Have you ever heard Wang Chuqin say that? It may or may not be fair to repeat if you ask Lee Sun, but I've learned not to do that. In short, wow. We've seen 8 before. And a timeout now on Wang Chuqin's side. Danger coming. There's a crucial game in this. Jang Woojin's able to take it. The pressure changes drastically. So as you saw the results here, a little reminder, champions Frankfurt coming up in not too long, but we're looking at a 2-time champion here in Macau. Took the first 2 in Wang Chuqin, but last year was deprived at this very stage. The semifinals was where he was eliminated. And the step around closes the door to set up 2 game points. The look of Jang Woojin very subtly speaking a harsh truth that Wang Chuqin is incredibly difficult to get through. An inside-out forehand after all that exchange. And that is how it goes. A leg sweep, a turn of the corner, and an untouched shot. The timeout has been cashed in. He is 1 game away from outdoing his last year's performance here in the Champions Macau. A man who's taken the title 2 out of 3 times. A breakdance move and a broken spirit on the other side. You can imagine after the last 3 games, 888 across the scoreboard. And he's 1 game away from the final. Wang Chuqin and Jang Woojin, game 4 to follow. What's going on here? Oh, just a little bit of preparation from the thrill from Brazil, Hugo Calderano, the man of global table tennis by many standards in 2025. And the Cinderella story here at this very event, Anders Lind practicing with Zhu Yuling. Well, now, who would have guessed? Don't get me wrong, Zhu Yuling and Hugo Calderano have plenty in common. For example, they're both human, they're both professional table tennis players. The list goes on and on. But that was surprising. They're also both top 10 in the world in their respective draws. So socks pulled up, Jang Woojin with a long journey if he's going to come back. Quite an exchange here from the side. This looked like a duel, something out of a Bugs Bunny cartoon where they fill a glove with socks and just take turns slapping each other in the face, both leaning to cover the middle, trying to assert dominance with the forehand.
1-0.
So Jang Woojin doing the best he could, capturing his second serve. Inside the table, he owns it. His reaction time and his confidence when he's committed. And it all helps having a wonderful serve to earn yourself a third ball attack. Much better on this receive. Jang Woojin is able to cause hesitation on Wang Chuqin's third ball. A little bit of backpedaling there in the decision-making process cost him time. And opened up an opportunity for Woojin.
Let 2-0. Free 2.
Front in the early parts here. By the way, in case you were curious, who beat Wang Chuqin in the semis last year was Lin Shadong.
2-4.
First towel break, Jang Woojin fighting as if it were his last opportunity. He's in a must-win situation for every game for the rest of this match. Slow spin here. Wang Chuqin with the backhand. And a timeout on Jang Woojin's side. Last timeout available in this match. They each get one in this match. Wang Chuqin called his last game at 9-8.
너가 이 얼전성 넣었을 때가 그냥 갖다 그냥 의심하지만 돌리던가 그냥 이 상태에서 백으로 하면 들어온대. 너무 이렇게 들어오면 하루 시작해밖에 안 주니까 이거 들어온다고. 이 상태로 백으로 뚫려도 되고. 현장 같은 거 한번 돌려봐. 어차피 계속 앞으로 해야 되잖아. 좀 더. 해결점 찾아놔야 된다고. 너가 하루 잡고 왔을 때 아까 말한 것처럼 깎아놨을 때 하루 잡고 주잖아. 맞춰 있다가 찔러주든 흘리더라도 돌든 좀 하나만 잡아주면 되는 거니까. 한 대씩 따보다 모른다고. 랠리 됐을 때 너무 미들러 가면 그러니까 네가 더 하러 가서 먼저 하러 빼도 백으로 빼라고. 그래서 미들 나면 엄청 불리하니까. 아직 날씨 안 해보자.
The power of encouragement, words of wisdom, reminding Jang Woojin not to worry when certain occasions arise, how to respond, when different aggression comes in, how to shut down big attacks. Stands for double happiness, by the way, in case you were curious. DHS. 3 serving 4, Wang Chuqin. Look familiar?
5-3.
Big point, that fist in the air. Again, it feels like a battle every single point. The celebrations, these little mini victories, he's going to have at least 11 of them to win this game.
6-3.
2 out of the timeout. So far, so good for Jang Woojin, exhaling stress. Wang Chuqin on the receive. Full commitment again, the step around. Only looks back as a spectator for the briefest of moments. Would have been very tough to come back and retrieve that, but the quality was enough. A few points in a row out of his timeout. And then Wang Chuqin turns it right back on. It's amazing how much power he gets with what doesn't appear to be too much going on below the waist. Subtle power when he's got that wide stance. And again, many of those shots, it was very clear that a lot was going on with the legs, but sometimes he didn't have time. It was just a slight tightening of the muscle to power forward. Reaction time so crucial. You don't always have time for a backswing in table tennis. Not much of one anyways. smacked down the middle. The serve sets it up well. That pendulum serve, not a bad receive. You could see right there, it wasn't much higher than the net. That was quite an escape. Wang Chuqin on the parallel, turning up the heat, and Jang Woojin covers the middle there with the forehand, constantly guessing. He's as middle as can be, racket straight in front of him, like it disappears. Very familiar scoreline here. Almost every game we've seen something similar here. Jang Woojin has had the lead coming into this moment of the game, but this could be the business end of the match. Solid forehand, and it's the serve that sets up the third ball. Wang Chuqin, 50 Shades of Gray is all tied up here in game number 4. Just the free hand comes out, no racket touched. Wait a minute. Jang Woojin just scored his 9th points in an individual game. Does this mean that anything is possible? But the slow spin was so difficult to calibrate. Wang Chuqin timing that perfectly. Most would not have. It felt like he was waiting for an eternity against this ball. And he takes it from just about net height to drive it to the short side of the table for a winner. Serve success here. Wang Chuqin just shy of 60. More than 10% better, 12.1% better than Jang Woojin. That said, the receive game here against the statistics. Jang Woojin, he hit 9. Now he's got game point. It's going to be a fine balance of bravery and intelligent decision-making here. Takes his chances. He was definitely brave, but a well-changed serve. Wang Chuqin low, tight, and what appeared to be heavy backspin on that pendulum serve. Here we are at deuce. Alternating serves until one player has a 2-point lead. And it's Wang Chuqin with match point. Saved game point. Soft hands. Again, a flash of light, that backhand. The loose wrist, the loose grip, and one more point to take it. He's through. He has outdone his performance last year. A 2-time champion here at the Champions MACAO will be fighting for his 3rd title. Last year was eliminated in the semis, and now he's waiting for the winner of Anders Lind and Ugo Calderano, a semifinal that much of the world has been waiting for. But the last Chinese man standing stands tall. He's the first through. The 2nd seed is the top seed remaining. 4 straight games. He sends a strong message here, not a game dropped. 1 game point against him, and that was enough. He snaps his fingers and closes the door in game number 4. Cleans the racket, will put it somewhere very, very safe, and get ready for a final that will be spectacular. Whether it's Ugo Calderano or Anders Lind, both have beaten Wang Chuqin in recent history. Does that mean they're the favorites? Not on any given day. Not statistically, for anyone who's watching the world of table tennis, but doesn't mean it will be a fight. It is very possible that it could be a tough day for Wang Chuqin fans. But so far, so good, as Lionheart wins 45 to the 34 of his opponent after 33 minutes of active play. 3/5 success on serve, Wang Chuqin, compared to the 46.15 of Jang Woojin. Really at 9-all, that backhand receive, and the difference between that and the next point. These are crucial moments, but this is what makes Wang Chuqin so incredibly difficult to beat. Let's hear from the man, Lionheart himself.
Wang Chuqin has booked his place in the final here at WTT Champions MACAO 2025. Gongxi, congratulations. Fantastic performance there, Chuqin. You win in straight games. You played against a difficult, familiar, and dangerous opponent in Jang Woojin. So how did you control his attack and win this match?
恭喜楚金晋级决赛。 面对张雨铮这位实力强劲的老对手，今天在场上自己是怎么针对性的限制他，进而拿下胜利的呢？
确实，张雨铮我认为是一个实力非常优秀，并且打法也很危险并且凶狠的一名选手吧。所以自己在跟他打，也是我们两个也是互有胜负吧。我觉得在之前，所以说每一次跟他打，自己都会100%的投入，并且可能在前面的这种发接发当中，我们两个都希望把球做到最平稳、最好，尽可能的控制住对方，因为都知道可能给彼此上手这样的这种杀伤力可能都是非常大的。所以说今天自己在整场面的这种发接发的这种控制上来说，包括相持段，我觉得做的都还很平稳吧。
Yes, indeed, Zhang Woojin is a very strong and dangerous player. So in our previous results, we have both won and lost. So I am 100% devoted to the match today. So I think I've done a great job in the receive and the serve. And we have both delivered many amazing shots today. So I wanted to take control over the match all the time, and we have both played aggressively. I think in terms of serve and the receive of the serve, I have done a great job.
Now, you are somebody who knows how to win a WTT Champions event, but that means you have to win a semi-final, then you have to play in a final. So how do you recover and then prepare for that later?
之前呢，在冠军赛也到过这样子的阶段，就是半决赛与决赛在同一天的情况。那么在如此短的时间内，自己是打算如何恢复并且备战的呢？
可能上一次的话是有一些客观的因素在里边。我觉得这一次自己整个的这种备战，包括训练都很扎实。我觉得整个的人的这种底气会更好一些。但是也不知道决赛会发生什么，肯定对手也是非常的强大。所以说自己尽可能的做好自己，全力以赴。
So last time I have been influenced by some elements, but this time I feel my condition is very steady. I am determined enough, so I still have no idea what is going to happen today since the opponent might be very strong. So I will do my best and get well prepared.
Well, we wish you good luck and we'll let you prepare right now. Congratulations, Wang Chuqin, our winner.
So there you have it, a determined man. You've watched his interviews, you've seen all the social media. He has got some wonderful role models ahead of him, some big shoes to fill. And for the Chinese national team, there is no greater honor than representing the Chinese flag. As a table tennis professional, he's been successful so far. Hasn't dropped a game since the round of 16, and he's